The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. You can find me on Instagram at Daniel Hill Media. I love chatting with you guys, and I love talking about Instagram, which is why I do it every day, 3 minutes or less. Today we are continuing the series of the interview with Jeffrey Wisenbaugh. Just as a reminder, he runs the @Instagram account on Instagram. It is literally the most popular social media account in the world because it has 318 million followers, which is more than any other social media account on any other social media platform. Okay, today he answers how best to take advantage of stories, and he goes a real in-depth into the way that you can use stories, feed, and IGTV together to tell a cohesive story.
Let's really get into how you create great stories for Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's using all three surfaces of Instagram in really unique ways. I think, we take the sort of movie approach where feed is an amazing place where that movie poster can go, stories that sort of behind the scenes, ephemeral, 24-hour, really super engaging behind the scenes type of content. And then IGTV is that full sort of feature presentation, a place where you can really talk directly to an audience for longer than 60 seconds in IGTV, and then using this sort of series tools and making sure you establish like the type of content you're doing.
Did you hear how he explained that three-prong approach? Making sure that your content fits and resonates from every angle, so people who watch the feed versus the people who watch the IGTV versus the people who watch the story, or the people who watch all three, get the same exact feel and experience. I think that's very hard to do if you're an individual, but if you're a bigger brand or you are a smaller brand that wants to be a bigger brand, this is a key component of how you want to make your content fit together into that cohesive narrative. Next, Jeffrey gets into the number one thing he thinks people and brands should be doing with stories. Hint, it's a thing I say constantly and the reason I spend so much time on this flash briefing focusing on stories. Here we go.
Things that you've learned, what are you excited about?
Yeah, I really think it is embracing the surfaces that you're producing for. Identifying those, becoming an expert in what you're producing on, understanding what the stories tools are. I think polling stickers, just really audience engagement on stories is the most important thing, is that you have so many great tools. You have the question sticker, you have the polling sticker, you have the quiz sticker, you have the chat feature now. I think there are ways to engage your audience directly through stories, and you need to be doing that. I think if you're throwing up content that feels over-polished or maybe should deserve to be on IGTV, but it's on stories, it feels way different than what you are expecting on that surface, and it doesn't really resonate or connect as much. So identifying the tools within each surface and then using those to create the content you're making for those surfaces, I think is the number one thing people should be doing.
You heard it directly from the head of the @Instagram account. The number one thing that people should be doing is creating content individualized for each of the particular modes of communication on Instagram, and also using the story sticker to get feedback from their audience. If you would like to discuss this audio interview, you can join my Facebook group, the Instagram Stories, facebook.com/groups/IG Stories, and chat with the rest of the group about this audio clip. Give your take, your 2 cents. Do you think it's right, wrong? If you learned something, let me know. We'd love to have you join the conversation. Thanks for listening.